Alright, so I'm just doing this quick little one shot just so I can show uh, like the building of the sticker, like how I'm actually working on them. So I got this one right here that I was working on. I'm kind of cracking on the eye, trying to get it with a little bit more detail up in there, kind of work it out, get some highlights up in here and all. But like, so looking at this part right here. Let's go to the eyebrow. I already fuzzed this part using my blur tool, not the burn tool, but the blur tool. And the good thing about the blur tool is you can use it pretty much like as that kind of gauzy. See, like right here, I got fuzzed this more on this little section right here. If I go in a little bit more, and you'll see what I mean by this. I'm telling myself to fuzz it, and that's just like my little notes that I put on there, just so I can know what I'm doing on certain little parts. But if I make that a little bit smaller, this is just for my edges. Look, see how I'm fuzzing those? And the reason I do that, I don't want those lines to be like incredibly sharp, like super super sharp. I want them to actually have a little bit of gauze to them, so that they're not so rigid, you know. So like look up in the inside the ear right here, and that's like multiple colors just dropped up in there. So it's a little dotted green, a little bit of gray up in here, a little something, and that's the base colors. Now I put the base colors up in here, a dark color up in here, kind of light color up in here, like lighter right here, and just come in with the blur tool, and the same thing, just hit it. Wait, that's my detail. That's my detail. See, you see it slightly. If I overdo it, I'm gonna undo this, but you can see if I overdo that, you see how that looks. That look nasty. So I don't want to do that, but I want to carefully come through, just touch little areas because I already flattened the image like multiple times, and as you flatten it with multiple parts, it starts to lose kind of like that, kind of like up in here. Like this originally started off as a yellow. And you see how that's more faded now because I hit it so many times with the blur tool. This right here was a yellow line going right there, and then an orange line, and kind of like creating a gradient up in it, I guess. That's the best way to describe it, is where when you do it, it kind of fuzzes those edges. So now looking at here, so those right there, these are brand new. I'm gonna zoom it in a little bit more just so you can see. I don't know if y'all see this over here. This is a really good idea to have this over on this side right here, because it gives you a nice little area where you can select multiple colors. That's why you see my numbers all over the place. My 34, that's my 34 right there, so I know to pick that one whenever I'm working on it. So now, this eye, check this. This little area right here is kind of choppy. Come up in here a little bit more, and I'm gonna use my erase tool on that. I just want a little bit off of that, just a little bit, to kind of smooth that. You see, the erase tool and the blur tool can definitely be your friend on especially these types of things. So now up here, yeah, I got my 68. That's my 68 right here. 68 was these three right here. So I already know that. What I want to do is just give this a really nice outline, just like these right here. And I had this right here. See these two? That's my reference. So I know how thick my lines should be, how thick they shouldn't be. So I'm working on it. But here, I already hit this multiple times. So that's my erase tool. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna start from the inside and slowly work my way around that edge, right? And as I'm doing it, see, and right there, I'm real bad at not letting go, not letting go of the mouse. See here, I know I can come right there. Now, what I can do is turn down my opacity. You see, and now I can see it, see where I'm working. I'm gonna come right here, take my mouse, and I'm gonna just edge it all the way, like that. And because it's so fat, it gives me a nice little area to work on. See? And I can do the same thing for the top up here. So slowly bring that down. And then I'm going to sharpen that point right there. See that? And as I sharpen that, I know that when I bring my opacity back, I'm going to have a nice point. See that? And then I can come through with the blur tool, just hit it real good with that. But what I want to do is work this down just a little bit more. Just a little bit. And catch any little extra black that might be in there. It might be causing some problems. So bring that in just a bit. And then once I do this, I think it's 68. Move it. See? Alright, so now I'm going to bring the opacity back. There we go. And I can zoom this out just a snap. See that? And that's how that's looking now. So that's going to be good. I'm going to work on that just a little bit more. For this eye, I need to get a white inside here. So let me get a white up in there right quick. I don't need, matter of fact, over here, comparison. That's about the one that I want right there. So when I do it, roll, come back, and I can do the comparison from this right here directly over here. And I can kind of see, it's kind of like you're eyeballing it. But if you eyeball it, you can switch your eyes back and forward to each one. And you can kind of see which, no, I'm doing just pointing it out so that I can see which one I'm aiming for. That's the one that I want right there. Cool. So now that I got that, brush tool, I can come in, make my dot just a little bit bigger, maybe a 14. That out of here. And just, boom, easy. Simple. And then come with my blur tool, and I don't want my blur to be too big, but I do want to get in there and get that edge. Not too much, not too much, but you can actually see it working. Watch this. See, right there, right there, right there. And I'm not doing the whole thing. If I went all the way around, it'll look nasty, and I don't want to do that. So parts of the black on the outside, same thing. And then zoom it back out. Check that out. Look at that eye. Beautiful. Beautiful. And so now, because I've pressed it so many times, not pressed, but you know, I kind of put some stuff up in here just to kind of help it out so I can see what I'm working with. I can come through, you see, and do the comparison and see how it looks for me, at least without color up in the background. It looks pretty good. So I took this with that.